When business owners don't go through the effort to create their own succession plan, what happens is the state generally has their own succession plan for you. Almost always, that is not the outcome that we want. Let's say a husband and wife own a business together and it's 50-50. If the husband were to pass away without a succession plan or proper estate planning, there's a very high likelihood that his ownership is going to get tied up in a very long, drawn-out court process called probate. In a lot of states, that can take 12 to 18 months. Well, the problem is, even if the spouse is completely capable of running the business, the likelihood that they are going to have the capability of doing that is very low because half of the company is tied up in court. On the contrary, if you have business partners that are not your spouse, whether it's your brother, your best friend that you've known for 30 years, or like me, where I've got 6 partners that, we've all come into the business at different stages and different phases, there are some things that could happen in my world or my partner's worlds that could cause dramatic impacts on the business. For example, my wife and I got married a long time ago. Everything that we've created in our marriage, we've created together, including my ownership of the firm. And so if we get a divorce tomorrow, if I don't have a mechanism to keep the ownership with the parties that are involved in the day-to-day of the business, you could have an ex-spouse as a partner. That generally doesn't work out very well. If I were to pass away, my estate plan says everything goes to my wife and my kids. Generally speaking, that's not going to work out for us because my wife and my kids are not involved in the business. And so the concern that we have for our business owners when there's a partner that's not your spouse is, what are we worried about that could happen in their world or your world? What if your business partner filed bankruptcy? Shares of the company are now governed by a bankruptcy trustee. What happens if your partner wakes up tomorrow and says, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm out? Well, yeah, you can fire them as an employee, but how do you terminate their ownership? What does that mechanism look like? And if you don't have a plan for that, the consequences can be disastrous.